you are currently working a 9 to 5 and you've been thinking about building something on the side, something that could actually replace your income one day, but you have no idea where to start or you don't think you have enough time. So this video is going to change your perspective completely, because I'm going to show you exactly how I built a faceless Instagram page to over $2,000 a month while still going to work every single day. There's no camera, no showing my face, no followers to start, and working on it for less than 1 hour per day. And before you think, okay, that is great for you, but it won't work for me, I want to show you how one of my clients took his page from 100 followers to over 25,000 followers in just 5 weeks. He's starting completely from scratch, just like you. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to have a complete blueprint for how to do it exactly the same. Yeah? And I'm going to also share you something that helped my clients to build this even faster than I did. So let me tell you a bit about who am I and why you should actually listen to me. So my name is Yannis and I'm an Instagram coach, and I still work a 9 to 5 to this day. Yeah? But a few years ago, I had one of those moments where you just sit there and think, is it it? And I'm really going to do this for the next 40 years? Yeah? Clock in, clock out, collect a paycheck, trade my time for money until I'm 65. And something just clicked in my head, yeah? And I thought, there has to be something I can build, yeah? Something on my own, something that works even when I'm not working. Yeah? So I started looking around and I discovered the concept of faceless Instagram theme pages. Yeah? And for this, there's no need to show your face, no personal brand, no going viral yourself. Just picking a niche, posting valuable content, growing an audience, and eventually monetizing it. Yeah? And it sounded almost too simple. So I tried it. Yeah? And honestly, my first few attempts were a disaster, because I made every single mistake you can make. I picked niches that were too broad, I posted inconsistently, and I had no strategy. Yeah? I was just copying what I saw others do without understanding why it worked. Yeah? And I wasted months going in circles. Yeah? But I didn't give up. I studied, I tested, I failed, and I adjusted. Yeah? And eventually figured out what actually works. Yeah? And over time, I built multiple pages that now have over 135,000 followers combined. Yeah? And 5 months in, while still going to work every month, I hit my first $2,000 in a single month. Yeah? So that number might not sound huge, but for me, that was the moment I knew this was real. Yeah? That was the moment I knew I had cracked something that most people don't even know exists. Yeah? And that is why I'm making this video. So, because I know there are people watching this right now who are exactly where I was. Smart, motivated, but stuck in a system that doesn't leave you much room to breathe, let alone build something on the side. Yeah? So this video is for you. And here's what I see happen over and over again. Someone has the idea. They want to build a side income. They've heard about Instagram. They are motivated. Yeah? Then they start a page. And then nothing happens, because the followers don't come, the content doesn't land. They post for 3, 4, even 5 weeks, and they have maybe 80 followers. Yeah? Half of them are friends and family who don't even engage. And then doubt kicks in. Yeah? Maybe this doesn't work for me. Maybe I'm not creating enough. Maybe I picked the wrong niche. Maybe I just don't have enough time. Yeah? And they either gave up, or worse, they keep going the wrong way and waste months of their life on something that was never going to work. And here's the brutal truth about why this happens. It's not because they are lazy. It's not because Instagram doesn't work anymore. It's because they started without a real strategy. They built a page that was too broad, too generic, too unfocused, and Instagram simply has no reason to push it. So think about like this. Imagine you walk into a store and you're looking for running shoes, and the person behind the counter says, "We will sell everything: clothes, electronics, furniture, shoes, food." So you're going to think this place doesn't know what it's for. Yeah? And Instagram works exactly the same. Yeah? If your page doesn't stand for something specific, if the algorithm can't immediately understand who it's for and what it delivers, it will never push your content to the right people. And that's the problem number one. But there's a second one. And this one hits especially hard if you're working a 9 to 5. So, in that case, you have limited time, which means you can't afford to experiment for 6 months hoping someone eventually clicks. Yeah? What you need is you need a system, a clear, repeatable system that works even when you only have 45 minutes after your work. And the good news, the system exists, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So let me break down the 3 most common mistakes that kill 90% of faceless Instagram pages before they ever get traction. I made all of these 3 things by myself before I figured out what actually worked. So, mistake number 1, building a page that is too broad. Yeah? So I see this everywhere, yeah, like motivational page, lifestyle page, success mindset. These niches have millions of pages already, yeah, most with hundreds of thousands of followers and years of authority. And as a new page, you cannot compete there. Yeah, what you need is a specific underserved niche. Yeah, something clear enough that when someone lands on your profile, within 3 seconds, they know exactly what you are about and why they should follow you. That's what makes the algorithm and the audience both you love. Mistake number 2, posting content without understanding what makes people stop scrolling. So most beginners copy the content they see doing well on big pages, but they miss the one thing that made it work. It's the hook, yeah? The first frame, the first line of text, the first second of a reel. If that doesn't stop someone mid-scroll, it doesn't matter how good the rest of the content is, yeah? Because nobody will see it. I spent months posting of content that had great information but terrible hooks, yeah? And it got buried every single time. Mistake number 3, having no monetization strategy from the beginning. So this is the silent killer. People build a page, grow it for months, and then try to figure out how to make money. But the problem is, if you didn't build the page with monetization in mind from day one, you've built an audience that isn't primed to buy. The niche, the content style, the type of followers you attract, all of this needs to be aligned with how you eventually make money. And if it's not, you can have 50,000 followers and still make nothing. So these 3 things alone, if you fix them before you even start posting, will you put years ahead of where most people are? Okay, so now I want to give you the actual framework. So this is exactly what I use with my clients to get results fast. Yeah? I call it the 90-day faceless page blueprint. And it's designed especially for people who have a full-time job and can only work on this about an hour a day. And I'm going to break this down into 3 phases. Each phase builds on the last. Yeah? And if you follow this in order, you avoid the spiral of confusion that keeps most beginners stuck for months. Phase 1, the foundation. It's like the day 1 to day 30. So this is where most people rush, yeah? And it's where everything goes wrong. Before you post a single piece of content, you need to lock in 3 things: your niche, your page identity, and your content system. So for your niche, you are looking for something specific enough that a real, passionate community exists around it, yeah? But not too oversaturated that you are invisible. I look for niches where the top pages have strong engagement but the mid tier pages are weak. So that gap is your opportunity. Once you have your niche, set up your page identity, yeah? Your handle, your bio, your highlight covers, your profile picture. And this is your storefront. It has to communicate in literally 2 seconds what your page is for and who it's for. And this is something most people completely underestimate. Then you build your content system, because with a 9 to 5, you can't sit down every day and figure out what to post. You need a batch creation workflow where you can create multiple posts in one sitting, maybe once or twice a week, and schedule them out. So this removes the daily decisions and keeps your page consistent even on your busiest weeks. So now the phase 2, the growth. These are the days 31 to 60. By now you have a posting rhythm and you understand your niche. So this phase is about finding what's actually working and amplifying it. You look at your analytics and what content got the highest saves, the highest shares, not just likes, yeah, because saves and shares are the metrics that tell Instagram your content is worth pushing to new audiences. So this is also when you start studying the rival content in your niche, not to copy it, but to reverse engineer the structure. So what format is it? What's the hook? And what's the emotional trigger? Then you recreate the structure with your own spin. This is how you get your first pieces of content that reach tens of thousands of people who have never seen your page. Then we have the phase 3, the monetization. It's the days 61 to 90. So by the time you get here, if you executed phases 1 and 2, you should have growing and engaged audience in a specific niche. And now we flip the switch. The most beginner-friendly monetization for faceless pages is actually affiliate marketing, yeah, or paid shoutouts, or even digital product sales. And I will break each of these down in a separate video, but the key thing to know is your first $1,000 from Instagram is very achievable within 90 days, yeah, if you build the right way from the start. So my clients hit their first $1,000 within the first 90 days, some faster, but it requires building with an intent, yeah, not just posting and hoping. Now look, I can stand here, tell you this framework works all day long, but let me show you what actually looks like in practice. So one of my clients came frustrated to me. He had been trying to grow his page for months, yeah, for months, and he was stuck at 100 followers. He was posting, but nothing was clicking. And he didn't know if he had the wrong niche, the wrong content, or if he just wasn't cut out from this. Yeah? Maybe it sounds familiar for you. So we started working together. The first thing we did was audit his niche and page setup. So the content wasn't the problem, it was actually decent. So the problem was that the page had no clear identity. It was trying to serve too many types of people at once, and the algorithm had no idea who to show it to. Yeah. So we sharpened the focus, we restructured his bio, we adjusted his content format based on what was already working in his specific niche, and we built him a batch content system that fits around his work schedule. And we fixed his hooks. So 5 weeks later, his page went from 100 followers to over 25,000 followers. And it's not because we did anything magic, because we removed everything that was working against him and replace it with a clear and focused system. And that is what is possible when you stop guessing and start building with a plan. So here's where I want to be straight with you. Everything I shared in this video, you can take it and run it with yourself, yeah, genuinely. The framework works, the phases work, and if you're disciplined and consistent, you can get there on your own. It will just take longer because you will have to test, fail, and figure out what I've already mapped out for you. But if you are someone who is serious about doing this and not in a yeah, I will get to it way, but in a I'm ready to actually build this and I want to do it fast kind way, then I want to talk to you. Because right now I'm working with a small group of clients in a one-on-one mentoring program specifically designed for 9 to 5 workers who want to build a faceless Instagram page and earn their first $1,000, ideally within the next 90 days. And here's what it looks like. You get a personalized 90-day action plan built around your schedule and your niche. We have weekly one-on-one calls so you are never stuck and always know your next move. You have me in your corner with a 24/7 WhatsApp support for any questions that came up. You get access to a complete 45 plus lesson video course. You get templates, many blueprints, and everything you need to not start from zero. And I stand behind it with a guarantee. So if you don't reach $2,000 per month, I will keep working with you until you do. There's no extra costs, no excuses. We don't stop until it's done. And if that sounds like something you want to explore, here's what to do. It's quite simple. Go to my Instagram at CEO Yannis and send me a DM, just saying mentoring or tell me a bit about where you are right now. And we will have a quick conversation and I will ask you a few questions to see if it's a good fit for you and if it makes sense to work together for the next 90 days or less. So I don't take everyone, I work with a limited number of people at a time so I can actually give each client proper attention. So if this resonates, don't leave it for later. The link to my Instagram is in the description down below. And if you're not quite ready yet, it's completely fine. Yeah, subscribe, keep watching, keep learning. I put out videos every week so that break down exactly how to grow and monetize a faceless page, and everything here is free. Yeah, just keep showing up. Thank you for watching this so far, and I would say let's see you in the next video.